Good morning and welcome back to the foundation week. It is the final video in foundation week. Did you enjoy it? What could I have done better? Let me know for next time. I'm thinking I quite enjoy doing these foundation reviews. I was thinking after September I might do like the odd foundation Friday. Let me know. Because I've really kind of come away from foundation as an exciting product, but the more I try, the more I'm like, oh, they're all so different. Which is probably hilarious because they kind of all look the same, but they're not. Today we are talking about No7 Stay Perfect, which I've heard so many good things about. It says non-stop complexion perfection, up to 24 hours wear. Wow, SPF 15. The colour that I got is Calico, and I'm gonna do the same as usual, apply half with the sponge, half with my brush, and I have a work day today. So that is gonna be extra interesting to see how this wears in the office, because I think that is always a little bit different. Already, I love how this is applying. Also, this colour is perfect. Every other foundation I've tried this week, too light. This is perfect. It kind of reminds me of old school, not double wear, Revlon Colour Stay. Oh, I used to, like, Revlon Colour Stay is fine now, but it's not like it used to be. They changed the formula and it's not quite as nice now as it once was. And it kind of reminds me of that. This is such a pretty finish. Higher coverage than I'm used to wearing, but I love it. It's almost exactly the same. So the colour that I had in, well, it's probably the same colour that I've got now in Colour Stay is Buff. And this is like just the exact same tone, a real neutral. I feel like everything else I try is like too yellow, too pink. This is perfect. Weirdly, I feel like today I'm getting lower coverage on the brush side, which has not been the case for any other foundation I think that we've tried. That's not bad on either side. Like I say, I feel like I'm getting slightly less coverage on this side, but it's great. On neither side has it like settled anywhere. I have got the smallest amount of dryness. I would say that it's kind of clung to that a little bit, but no settling into my pores, nothing around my fine lines. Since it reminds me so much of that old school Colour Stay, rather than wearing a concealer, I'm just going to build up the coverage of this a little bit in the areas that I feel like I would conceal. That always used to work very well. I'm really excited about this one. I think this is really pretty. So it says, this comfortable foundation feels lightweight and breathable, gives an even toned, beautifully smooth complexion that looks and feels fresh all day long. Can be relied upon to stay perfect, weatherproof and transfer proof. It won't cake or flake on dry skin, nor slide or shine on oily skin. I mean, that is a big thing. There's some bold claims. I'm going to put on a little bit of powder, a little bit of bronzer, mascara, and a lip gloss stick. Can you see that powder there? I really, really love it. This is my favourite so far. This is the highest price point so far. But on first application and just how it looks and feels on the skin, the colour match, everything, amazing. I can't wait to see how this wears. However, it is a full work day, so I'm going to be coming back to you after a little bit longer than usual. It's probably going to be more like 8.5 hours. We'll see how far we get, see how quickly I can return to the camera to see how this is worn. If I feel like anything major's happening, I'll cut in with my phone throughout the day, but I have a good feeling about this. I'm back. Okay, let me just work this out. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 hours. So I can tell you that at lunchtime, it was around 5 hours at that point, 12:30-ish. I looked in the mirror and could not believe what this foundation looked like. It was flawless. Perfect. Best that I've seen in a very long time. I haven't like blotted this at all. I'm a little bit shiny, but really not that bad at all. Like I would usually have a decent amount of shine after the day at the office. And I would usually blot during the day, which I haven't. And I think this is pretty good. I want to tell you, I mean, this has been 9 hours wear. At 5 hours wear, it was still perfect, all intact. I want to tell you that at 9 hours, it's still perfect. It's not. What does it say? Up to 24 hours wear. Okay, maybe in certain sections of my face. Not in all sections. I'm going to bring you in. If it's worn anywhere, it's around my nose, just kind of a little bit. Not too bad. The coverage is still pretty good all over my face. Also, just in these small areas, it's gathered slightly, but I think you would agree. I mean, I hope you will agree because we may be looking at this through different eyes. But the creping is not too bad. Like, it's not kind of settling too badly at 9 hours. Everywhere it's kind of settled just slightly into that line, but that's perfectly reasonable because the line is there. The only problem that I have is just before I left work, I kind of really looked in the mirror closely and I was like, wow, this is amazing. And then I noticed just here, hopefully this will pick up, it's kind of gathered and worn. So like where obviously I've been talking, moving my mouth, ha 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 ha. So here it's kind of creased a little bit on both sides, same on my chin. You can kind of see there. These signs of wear are it. Now it's not perfect, but if I was expecting to wear something for like a full 12-hour day, I potentially would take something with me, and just all it would take is to just kind of a damp beauty blender, something to kind of re-blend certain areas. I'm really, really happy with this. The one thing I have to mention is at 12:30, whenever it was that I went for lunch, and I looked really closely in the mirror in a different light, I saw that my face was fully sparkly. Now I'll be interested to see, because sometimes I'll see something in editing I didn't see in the viewfinder. The viewfinder is very small. It's not that like high quality of a screen. When I put it on the computer, sometimes I see things, which is why sometimes I'll put in like captions and stuff on these reviews, because I'm go, oh wow, I thought that this was this, and then later on I see it really looks a little bit different, so I feel like I should mention something. What I noticed in the mirror was full sparkle. Could not understand at all where this was from. Mostly underneath my eyes, loads under my, but everywhere, all over my face. And I was saying to my friend, I mean, this is a new foundation. It's possible that maybe. And then I was thinking, well, I'm using the same sponge that I have used for highlight. Have I not washed it since I did the whole like highlight video the other week? I was just like racking my brain. Cannot understand it. So I bought this. I don't want to like, it's this. It's the Collection Prime and Ready HD Blur Setting Powder. And I bought this thinking, this is amazing. This is going to be kind of like a silicone face primer, but a setting powder. So I'm going to be able to put it kind of in these areas, just in here. The areas that I feel like I want to kind of blur. It's going to be amazing. So that's what I did after putting on my foundation today. And so the first thing I did when I got home was test this. It is sparkly. This powder is sparkly. I cannot understand why. I don't know why we would want sparkle in a setting powder. I don't know if this is going to pick up at all. I'll put it on the back of my hand and see if it'll pick up from that. Are we getting any sparkle? Hopefully. It like in the light at work, like overhead light, it was full sparkle under my eyes. Got my torch out on my phone. Okay, you can see that, right? That's fully a sparkly setting powder. Like, why? I wonder if you can see it on my face. I couldn't get over how sparkly my under eyes were, seriously. Okay, so the last test that I want to do, putting the sparkle aside, is whether or not it's transfer proof. So I've got a little bit of tissue. This is what I would do. I mentioned this in a previous video. If I get a little bit oily throughout the day, like at work, when I go to the bathroom, I'll take a little bit of tissue and I will block my face. I do wonder, I mean, by the time you see this, I will already know what people said about that in the previous video. So I wonder if this is a really weird thing, or if lots of people do it, but hey ho. Okay, there is a little bit of product on there. I wish I could turn down these lights. Unfortunately, I can't. You can see there's a small amount of product on there. It's not loads. It has been 9 hours, but I wouldn't say that this is transfer proof. I would say this looks pretty darn good for 9 hours wear. I think you're gonna agree. I'm always surprised. Whenever I talk about foundations, everybody wants something different from a foundation. And so I'll say, oh wow, I really, really like this about this foundation. This one, if I do a wear and compare, for example, I'll say, I like this one because of this. I don't like this one because of this. And there's always a bunch of people in the comments that disagree with me and say, oh, I actually like this side better because of X, Y, Z. We all want something different. This might be one of my all-time favorite foundations. And I'm really kicking myself that I've taken this long. Why did I wait to try this foundation? Because it's something that's been recommended to me for years. So since it's come to the end, and I am thinking of maybe doing these in weeks to come on Fridays. I like a foundation Friday. I like a bit of alliteration, shopping Sunday and all that. Let me know what your favourite foundations are, or let me know the foundations you would like to see me test. Also, I am aware that these were pretty basic reviews. if there's anything specific, you know, like certain things that you're looking for in a foundation. I feel like I was kind of getting my groove towards the end. There's certain tests that we could do on each of them. They were all a bit kind of like ad hoc, very little planning in all of them, because that's my style. But if there's any specific thing that you're looking for, like for example, flash, or I don't know, whether or not it's transfer proof, for example, that kind of thing, then let me know. Maybe I'll put together a more specific format, and moving forward we'll kind of stick to certain things that you want to know about a foundation. Does it do this? Does it do this? Let me know. We'll see what we can do. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, because there's going to be a ton of budget beauty content this month, and lots of Christmas stuff. I know, but I love Christmas. If you haven't already, also, you can come and join our Vlogmas group. There's a Facebook group for, I'm saying this at the end because who stays till the end? There's a Vlogmas group for super Christmas people like me, Christmas addicts, and it's somewhere that you can chat and get excited about Christmas without fear of judgment or persecution. And if you look on Facebook, it is just under Vlogmas as a Facebook group. It's just called Vlogmas. I'll also leave it as a link to this video if I remember. If I don't, please tell me and I will then link it, because that's more likely. But if I don't leave the link, you can find it under Vlogmas. I'm going to stop talking now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Every time